Daily Pink Slip. From $100 million in stolen diamonds to $1.4 billion in pilfered artwork, we're counting down the 10 greatest robberies and heists of all time. Number 10. Dubbed the heist of the century and often referred to as the largest diamond heist in history, more than $100 million in diamonds and other valuables were stolen from the Antwerp Diamond Center in 2003. Leonardo Notarbartolo rented a small office space for around $700 a month. This included access to a safety deposit box in the basement vault of the Diamond Center. It also included an entrance card with 24-hour access to the building. For 2.5 years, he established a reputation as an Italian diamond merchant. When the time was right, a 5-man team led by Notarbartolo disarmed the most advanced vault in the world. With 1 million combinations, a seismic sensor, Doppler radar, retina scan, and an impenetrable steel door, they opened it right up and pilfered over 123 lockboxes just brimming with diamonds. Ultimately, it was DNA evidence from a partially eaten sandwich that placed Leonardo at the crime scene. Yeah, there was a book about it. And no, the diamonds were never recovered. But we just want to know. What kind of sandwich was he eating that did him in? Corned beef on rye? Why couldn't he finish it? We'll never know the answer to these pressing questions. Number 9. On May 2nd, 1990 at 9:30 a.m., John Goddard was robbed at knife point on a side street in London. Goddard was transporting Bank of England Treasury bills, mostly valued at £1 million each. The thief made off with 301 of these bonds for a total heist value of £292 million. Patrick Thomas, a low-level thief, was thought to have been the mugger. In 1991, Thomas was found dead from a gunshot wound, never having been charged for the crime. The London police and FBI raided the gang responsible for laundering the bonds and were able to recover all but 2 of them. The most astonishing thing of all is that one of the largest heists of all time was a stick-up on a side alley by a petty thief with a knife. Number 8. On March 18, 1990, 2 thieves disguised as Boston police officers broke into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. While the rest of the city was preoccupied with St. Patrick's Day, these thieves made off with 13 pieces of art in only 81 minutes. The total value? Over $500 million. Works by Rembrandt, Manet, Degas, and Vermeer were among those taken. Empty frames still hang in the museum as a reminder of their loss and a sign of hope that they may return. After decades of following leads, the FBI believes they have identified the burglars. Though the statute of limitations has expired for the theft, they have not released the identity of the thieves because they believe they still may lead them to the recovery of the missing art. Number 7. On March 24, 1972, the United California Bank was robbed of over $30 million in cash and valuables. Back in the day when it was more common to be a professional burglar, a crew from Youngstown, Ohio, led by Emil Dinzio, painstakingly crafted every detail of their heist. Don't forget, $30 million in 1972 is $176 million in today's money. After blowing open the cement roof of the bank with dynamite, the thieves helped themselves into the United California Bank vault. The next day, the bank employees found they couldn't open the vault, so they called in some experts to help. Once opened, they discovered that some good old-fashioned pilfering went on. Unfortunately, Dinzio's gang pulled a similar job in Ohio, and the 2 crimes were linked when it was discovered that the whole crew traveled in the same airplane out to California. When investigating the townhouse that was used as their headquarters, police discovered dirty dishes in the dishwasher. These dishes had fingerprints that nailed everybody. Dinzio and the crew were arrested. These days you can read Inside the Vault, written and published by Emil himself. Number 6. On March 5, 2004, in Tokyo, a theft took place that has been called the greatest robbery in the history of Japan. 2 men entered the Maki Diamond and Jewelry store around 11:45 a.m. One of the robbers asked a clerk to write something down. While the employee was distracted, the man blasted the clerk in the face with pepper spray. Immediately after, his accomplice used a hammer to smash the glass case containing the Cometesse de Vendome, a necklace containing 116 diamonds, one of which was 125 carats. Valued at $31 million, the necklace was snatched and the thieves made their getaway. The whole robbery took 40 seconds. All suspects were arrested and charged and believed to be part of the Pink Panther crime ring. Yep, that's a real thing. The 2 thieves claim they were hired to steal the necklace and hide it in a nearby dumpster for $100,000 in cash. Some kind of insurance fraud thing. As of 2010, the necklace has not been recovered and it's assumed that the stones were parted out and sold separately. Number 5. On May 5, 2003, in Baghdad, Iraq, the largest bank robbery took place. Well, kind of. This one's a little different. Shortly before the United States began their air assault on the capital, Saddam Hussein ordered his son and an advisor to pilfer the central bank of Iraq. It took a team of workers 2 hours to load up 3 tractor trailers with over $900 million and 100 million euros, over $1 billion value in total. All this was completed before the bank employees even showed up for work in the morning. This gives insight into the type of power that Saddam was wielding during the time of his downfall. While still not officially recovered, over $650 million in US $100 bills were confiscated from one of Hussein's palaces. This cash is believed to be from this massive bank heist. Number 4. Called the greatest heist in France and arguably the biggest heist of all time, there was a massive jewel theft at the Carlton Hotel in Cannes. In 2013, a robber came into the jewelry salon wearing a baseball cap and scarf carrying a handgun. After subduing the employees, the thief made off with over $136 million in jewelry and watches. A reward of $1.3 million was offered for assistance in returning the items. In a hilarious coincidence, this hotel was also the setting for the 1955 Hitchcock film To Catch a Thief. And they still haven't. Number 3. In February 2005, nearly $100 million in diamonds were stolen at the Schipol Airport in Amsterdam. The thieves drove a stolen KLM truck and wore KLM uniforms to gain entry to the airport runway. They drove up to the truck with the diamonds inside, hijacked the vehicle at gunpoint, and sped off with the goods. It is thought by many to be an inside job due to the specific timing of the robbery and flawless execution. To this day, the diamonds and suspects have not been found. Number 2. In 2007 and again in 2008, the same group of thieves took the Harry Winston jewelry store for over $113 million worth of luxury stuff. Both heists were performed with the help of an inside man, a security guard. He let the thieves in the back door in 2007 and buzzed them in the front door in 2008, all the while providing information on the best way to complete the heists. Some of the jewelry and valuables were recovered, but the majority has not. In 2015, 8 different men, including the security guard, were tried and convicted with sentences ranging from 9 months to 15 years. Number 1. Stefan Breitwieser succeeded in stealing an estimated 239 pieces of art between 1995 and 2001. While working as a waiter and traveling, he stole from 172 different museums. Interestingly, he didn't steal for profit. Anything stolen went into his private collection, a collection which ended up being worth an estimated $1.4 billion. His first theft in 1995 was a crossbow from a medieval castle in Germany. His last theft was a particularly rare bugle from the Richard Wagner Museum in Switzerland. After being caught by a suspicious citizen and a security guard, he was arrested, convicted, and served 26 months in prison. 110 of his stolen artworks were recovered, while the rest are assumed lost or destroyed. With the help of his mother, she even jammed a painting down the garbage disposal and earned 18 months in prison herself. With all this traveling and art stealing, Breitwieser kind of reminds us of someone else. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Do us a favor and subscribe to Daily Pink Slip. Click like, share with your friends, hit us up on Facebook and Twitter, and leave comments. New Daily Pink Slip videos just for you guys every single week. Subscribe so you don't miss a video.